Hi, I'm Ming from Tokyo. In this video, I will share with you the worst and best times to visit Japan. Based on my experience, I have categorized the best and worst seasons to visit Japan. The best time to visit will depend on the purpose of your trip and what you want to experience. For some of you, the season I suggest avoiding might actually be the perfect time to visit. In this video, I will explain what I believe to be the best season to visit Japan and which seasons might be less ideal along with the reasons for each. I hope this information will help you plan your trip to Japan. I'm offering private tours as well. If you're interested, please contact me through the link below. Okay then, let's go! Number 1. From end of April to first week of May, Golden Week. This time of year is Golden Week, a major holiday in Japan when many Japanese people return home or travel. As a result, tourist attractions and transportation systems become extremely crowded. During this time, both hotel rates and ticket prices tend to go up, especially at theme parks like Disneyland and Universal Studios, which use dynamic pricing. For foreign tourists visiting Japan for the first time, Golden Week is not an ideal time to visit because it can be challenging to enjoy Japan's famous tourist attractions at a leisurely pace. Also, for those on a budget, the rising hotel prices can be a big problem. So, should you definitely avoid visiting during Golden Week? Not necessarily. I listed it as one of the bad times to visit in this video, but from a different perspective, visiting during this time of year may offer a unique and slightly unusual experience. I've covered Golden Week on TikTok, and many influencers have highlighted it as a time to avoid visiting Japan. Consequently, there might be fewer foreign tourists. On the other hand, if you want to interact more with local Japanese people, Golden Week might be a good time to visit because there are fewer foreign tourists and more chances to meet locals. The weather during this time is also generally comfortable. Even though this year's Golden Week was hot, especially for May, it's still easier to be outside than in July and August. Number 2. From June to early July, rainy season. Traveling to Japan in June or early July usually means you will be there during the rainy season. This period can be uncomfortable due to frequent rainy days, high temperatures, and humidity. Because the weather is often unstable during this time, having rainy essentials is important. Climatically, this season is not ideal, especially for those who wish to enjoy views from observatories and gardens as there are few sunny days. On the other hand, this time of year between Golden Week in May and the summer vacation in July and August is perfect for sightseeing since the tourist spots are usually less crowded. Number 3. From mid-July to August. From around mid-July to August is the hottest time of the year. Specifically, from mid-July when the rainy season ends to August, average temperatures reach nearly 35 degrees Celsius and extremely hot days occur frequently. Temperatures and humidity are extremely high during this period, making it very hot and humid both outside and inside, especially during the daytime. In recent years, many days have become dangerously hot, partly due to global warming, leading to a rapid increase in the number of people who fall ill or are taken to emergency rooms due to heat stroke. Additionally, the weather tends to become unstable in the evenings and nights, with thunderstorms and torrential rains becoming more likely. In fact, several fireworks shows planned in and around Tokyo were cancelled because of these conditions. If you plan to visit Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, August is the least recommended time of year in my opinion. This is because, in addition to the unusually hot weather, there is a high risk of thunderstorms, typhoons, and torrential rains which may prevent you from fully enjoying outdoor sightseeing. On the other hand, this is the best time to swim in the ocean or cold pools during the day, and many events such as fireworks displays are held at night. It is also the season for climbing Mount Fuji, and visiting the small islands of Tokyo can be interesting. Furthermore, Hokkaido, located in the northernmost part of Japan, is relatively cool compared to other parts of the country. For more information, check out this video if you are interested. Number 4. From end of December to early January. This is a time of intense travel and congestion throughout the country as people return home and travel. Additionally, be aware that many public facilities, especially museums and art galleries, are closed. Shrines and temples also become very crowded, especially at the beginning of the year due to a Japanese custom called Hatsumode, the first visit of the new year to greet the gods and Buddha. Also, outside temperatures in December and January can drop close to 0 degrees Celsius even in Tokyo, so thick jackets, gloves, scarves, and other cold weather gear are essential. Although this may be a time to avoid for those who want to enjoy famous sightseeing spots, there are special ways to enjoy the year-end and New Year holidays. For example, Christmas events and illuminations can be enjoyed in the city, and theme parks such as Disneyland and Universal Studios hold New Year's Eve countdown events. In addition to the special event of watching the sunrise from the sky tree, New Year's is also a time for shopping enthusiasts to enjoy the sale of fukubukuro or lucky bags. Usually sold by department stores and stores at the beginning of the new year, the contents of the lucky bags are often a surprise and typically contain items worth more than their price. The New Year's holiday season is a great time for those looking forward to such fun and special events. Number 5. From March to mid of April. This is the season when cherry blossoms bloom in many parts of Japan. Especially from late March to mid-April, Hanami cherry blossom viewing takes place in many locations, attracting numerous tourists to popular cherry blossom spots. While some days in March can still be a bit chilly, the temperature gradually begins to rise and spring fully arrives in April. It is warm and comfortable outside, but because of the significant temperature differences between seasons, many people bring jackets and coats that can be easily taken off. This is the best time of year to travel, but the downside is that tourist attractions tend to be crowded due to the pleasant weather and the influence of Easter. This is also the time of year when cedar pollen spreads, causing many people to suffer from hay fever. It is said that about half of the Japanese population develops allergies. Despite this, there are several reasons not to cut down the trees, which I will discuss another time. Number 6. Second week of May to early June, after Golden Week. The time before the rainy season usually has a very pleasant climate. Featuring mild temperatures and relatively low humidity, it is the best season for sightseeing. After Golden Week, the crowds at tourist spots usually ease up relatively. So you might be able to enjoy a more relaxing trip as long as you avoid the consecutive holidays like weekends and national holidays. This is the season of beautiful fresh greenery, and mountains, parks, and gardens are filled with vibrant foliage, making it an ideal time for hiking and outdoor activities. One concern is that the weather can be unstable at this time of year, especially in June as the rainy season approaches. In some areas, it can suddenly start raining or rain heavily for short periods. Number 7. October, November. It is also the best season for travel. The period from October to November is a very pleasant season in Japan as autumn deepens. October marks the beginning of autumn with gradually cooling temperatures and comfortable days. November is even cooler with chilly mornings and evenings. Overall, the weather remains cool and dry with low humidity. During this season, the autumn leaves are at their best in many parts of Japan, especially in famous tourist spots such as Kyoto, Nara, and Nikko, which attract many tourists with their vivid autumn colors. This is the best time to enjoy autumn leaf viewing. As for events, Halloween is celebrated in October and has become a major event in Japan. Especially in Shibuya, the Saturday and Sunday before Halloween are crowded. On weekends and holidays in November, many tourists enjoy viewing the autumn leaves, and tourist spots tend to be crowded. However, if you choose the right location, you can avoid the crowds and enjoy a relaxing trip in a pleasant climate. Number 8. December, before Christmas season. December is when winter really begins in Japan, and it's time to enjoy special events and the festival atmosphere. The climate is stable with little rain or typhoons and many sunny days. In Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, temperatures range from around 5 Celsius to 10 Celsius most days, although mornings and evenings are increasingly cold. Compared to January and February, The temperature is more comfortable outside, so I ranked this season as one of the best times to visit. The streets are decorated with illuminations, and events are held in many places leading up to Christmas, creating scenes unique to this time of year. December is also a time when winter activities such as skiing and snowboarding can be enjoyed. Although it does not snow in Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, ski resorts, especially in Hokkaido and the Japanese Alps, open during this time, attracting many skiers from Japan and abroad. One concern is that in addition to the cold weather, the popular season can be crowded. Also, please be sure that the days are shorter and it gets dark earlier in December. While the nightlife is more vibrant, the time available for daytime sightseeing is limited. Number 9. September. In September, the harsh heat of August eases a bit, but it is often still hot until mid-September. Temperatures can rise to nearly 30 degrees Celsius, especially during the daytime. September is the peak of typhoon season, with typhoons likely to hit Japan. There are fewer special events during this time of year, and tourist attractions are often relatively empty. In particular, following the end of the summer vacation season in August, the number of travelers decreases in September, and except for national holidays, it can be considered a quiet month. In general, you could call it an average season. However, it is a good time for those who want to avoid the summer crowds and enjoy a quiet trip. Number 10. From mid-January to February. From mid-January to February, the weather is colder than in December, with temperatures often falling below 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore, warm clothing is essential, and it is easy to catch a cold if you do not dress properly and warmly. On the other hand, this is a time of year when rain and typhoons are less likely to occur, making the climate more stable. Snow is possible in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. However, overall, there are many sunny days, and the advantage is that there are fewer disruptions to travel plans due to weather. Additionally, tourist destinations are often relatively empty in reaction to the end of the New Year holidays. While mid-January through February is not the best season due to the cold weather, it is not a bad time of year because there are fewer crowds and the weather is more stable. We've grouped the seasons for visiting Japan into the best, worst, and average categories. Golden Week, the summer heat wave, and the rainy season are the best times to avoid, but they also offer the advantage of allowing you to experience the local culture more deeply. On the other hand, March, April, October, November, and December before Christmas are the best times to visit with favorable weather. September is still hot and mid-January to February is cold, but these periods are less crowded, making them good choices for those who want to enjoy a quiet trip. However, the number of tourists from overseas has reached a record high this year, and even during relatively quiet periods, popular areas such as Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto are quite crowded. Therefore, we share 5 ways to enjoy your visit while avoiding the crowds. Number 11. Change your visit time. Many tourist attractions and popular spots attract visitors during the daytime. Therefore, if you're visiting temples, shrines, or markets such as Tsukiji Fish Market, it is effective to visit them early in the morning. But just be sure that many places do not open very early, so it is best to check the opening hours in advance and plan your visit according to when the gates open. For example, some temples and shrines open their gates as early as 6 a.m. At markets like Tsukiji Fish Market, a popular tourist attraction, a good time to visit is around 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Number 12. To use train. A good way to avoid crowds in tourist areas is to actively use trains. Especially during Golden Week and Obon, the roads tend to be congested due to the large number of people traveling. As a result, using cabs or buses may significantly extend the travel time. Trains run on set schedules and aren't affected by traffic, making travel more efficient. By using trains to access tourist attractions, you can move smoothly while avoiding congestion. Number 13. Avoid rush hour. On Japanese trains, there is a commuter rush and significant congestion, especially on weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. and from 5 to 8 p.m. While some may be curious to observe how Japanese office workers, also known as salarymen, commute to work, it is not recommended to take the train during these times. Please be especially careful if you're carrying a large luggage. If you bring large luggage on the train during rush hour, you risk bumping into people or falling over, which can cause inconvenience or even injury. It's best to avoid taking the train during rush hour. Number 14. Check congestion forecast. As you all know, Japan is currently experiencing a record number of tourists this year, and over-tourism has become an issue. In Kyoto, one of Japan's most famous tourist spots, you can check in advance how crowded popular attractions will be by using the congestion forecast calendar from the official Kyoto tourism website. For example, let's look at Arashiyama, one of the famous sightseeing spots in the October congestion forecast. You can check in advance how crowded it will be when it is sunny or how much the crowd will decrease when it is rained. You should use this calendar when you visit Kyoto. Number 15. Explore countryside. When it comes to tourist destinations in Japan, Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto are often considered the most popular. If you're visiting Japan for the first time, these are all must-see destinations. But if it's your second visit, you should explore other attractive tourist destinations, which also helps you avoid crowds. For example, Hokkaido offers beautiful snowy scenery, and Kusatsu Onsen is easily accessible from Tokyo by highway bus. There are various other spots such as Hitachi Kaihin Park with its stunning gardens. Thanks for watching. Which season is your favorite in Japan? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you at the next video.